Hey, my name is Gray, and welcome to today's Wednesday review. Again, if you haven't checked out last video, do so, but I will mention it here. There will be no uploads this Saturday and next Saturday, because that will be me. I'll be stuck in the car the entire time, essentially, because I'm going on vacation next week, although there will be a Wednesday upload next week. Now, today is my review of the entry grade Wing Gundam, and if you couldn't tell by my reviews recently, I am collecting the whole line. Although this isn't the After Colony version, as I just said, this is the entry grade version simply because it was cheaper and it was local. Now I do have it on a stand right here. This actually isn't included. This is a Zoids stand. So, you know, heresy and all that. But as you can see, I have it in bird mode right here, which no instructions given, but it's relatively simple. I'll do it. I'll give a guide through. But I actually really like the aesthetics of this. I really don't know which one I like more, this or the Neo Bird mode. I don't know why I'm looking at it. He's not in Neo Bird mode right now, but I really don't know which one I like more. I think, okay, wing and weapon storage wise, I like Neo more, but I think this is overall a stronger design. Now, for the transformation, you have some weapon storage here with the Buster Cannon and the shield. That comes off. So this is what it looks like without the weapons. You turn around the head, turn around the waist, bring the arms to normal, fold up the talons, bring up the shoulder blades, and then this is really cool. I like how they did the legs. So you kind of bring it out, and how you get it into it, you pull this down and kind of do it to where the thruster is now straight. Typically it looks like that. It's very clever. Now, I have done essentially nothing to this kit aside from panel lining the muzzle, because that's the only part I really ever panel line on my Gundam kits. Oh, and for the transformation, to end it, you have to add the hands, because it's a little bit of parts forming there. Now, I'll go into accessories first, because there's nothing really. I mean, as you saw earlier, you get the Buster Cannon, and you get the shield, which is really simple, just two pieces, and it's very effective. Now, for aesthetics, this looks really good. I like it. I like the very vibrant colors, and I know some people said they don't like the green there, but that's actually a very appealing shade of green, almost a shimmery lime green. It's very nice. But the colors look very nice on this. I do like the wing design in general. I love the design aesthetic, but you know, I haven't really been looking at the wing itself a lot. I typically more go towards the secondary units. But I really do like the design aesthetics of this. You have almost a lavender hint to the inner frame and the Buster rifle. Or is it cannon? I can never remember. Which means you won't be able to do swaps, which is why I'm probably going to pick up the high grade version too at some point, simply just to have this. Simply just to have it, and I will probably sell this after picking that up, actually. But it works as a placeholder. One thing I hope Bandai does do is, I doubt they would do this, because it is a good enough kit on its own. But one thing I really hope they do is a high-grade Wing Gundam After Colony 2.0 that has the Sandrock base body. And what I mean by that is, after the Sandrock released in the line, they use the same joint structure for everything. So like my Ultron review, my I think the Wing Zero doesn't have it, but like the Ultron, the Heavy Arms, the Death Scythe, the Shinlong, and all the variants of those have this, and of course the Sandrock have the same joint structures, like the same elbows, shoulders, polycap system, all of that. It's all the same, which I do like, because it allows for a nice bit of swapping back and forth, and it is very fun to kind of make your own. I think it's 5th member of the team. It's very fun, which I actually still need to watch Gundam Wing. I don't know why I haven't, but you know, for rant over, for accessory add-on, it's pretty simple. The hands are one solid piece, so there's no sandwiching things. The one thing I do have a bit of a problem with is, well, I'll just pull that off the joint, is the shield, because it's a kind of an under thing, and it's a square peg, and it's kind of difficult to wrap it around, if that makes sense. Like, it's very difficult to line up. But anyway. Oh, and for a comment on the build, it was a very intuitive build. I just built it on my couch in like under an hour, I want to say, which I'm not the fastest builder, mainly because the way I build it from the head, body, arms, crotch, and then legs, and then backpack. I typically build when I'm done with the torso. But the way I build that, I only build it like that because I like to have something that is like, I essentially like to build it into a pose. So, like, I'll take a look at the packaging, build the head, be like, this is the pose I want to hit. And then as I build it, like, I build the torso, I angle the torso how I think it should look. Add the arms, do that with it. And it's a fun way of doing it. Now, for articulation, it is actually very good. One thing I've noticed with the intrograde line, I also have the new Gundam, which I will be supplying a video. I will be doing 2 videos today instead of the normal 1 on Wednesdays, simply because, again, I'm not going to be doing a video Friday. But one thing I noticed is the side skirts are actually ball jointed, which I really like because the polycap side skirts are really shitty. Except on the After Colony line, I'm noticing those are actually very strong on there. I think it's because the legs are a little thinner up top, but like with the RX-78-2, which is somewhere on the floor. I keep all my shit on the floor. I don't have enough shelf space. They're very finicky. They do fall off a lot. But with like the ball joint, it actually is a lot tighter, and I really like it. And for intrograde, there's no polycaps. But one thing I really like is the extending wings. I'll take off the backpack, which is just your typical high-grade plug-in system. You get hinge joint here, and you can make them together. You can do a full spread. It's very nice. It's actually very big when it's completed. But, yeah, I really do like this. I will say, okay, I am going to do some more research into this, but I don't really like some of the Endless Waltz redesigns I've seen. Like, I think the closest Endless Waltz redesign I've seen that I like is probably the Death Side Hell, because I like the wings a little more on that one, although they're a bit more basic. I do enjoy the shoulder pad wings. They are very unique, but yeah. That's why I'm collecting the After Colony line specifically and not anything else, because it's specifically the TV version designs, which I really like. But, you know, I thought everywhere I go, Evangelion haunts me. Which, speaking of, next week's Wednesday review, if you can read it fast enough, will be mine and apparently y'all's favorite person in the world, Lucas. It's going to be our review of the Evangelion manga, which is right behind those little candy corn fuckers. If you can read it within those days, we should be getting a review. Hello, Greer and Post here. As you can see, I have another kit on desk, which doesn't matter, don't pay attention to that. But I forgot to mention this in the review, and I did mention it in this thing's review, but I cut that out. That's why the editing and the ending is so choppy. Sorry I didn't mention that and that. But the Wing Gundam Intrograde is this channel's first 10 out of 10 review. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's got a simple but involved transformation. Great for the price. It's $11 to $15 at most. Everything looks great. This is the channel's first ever 10 out of 10 here, people. Bask in its glory, or whatever. But yeah, bias is just me and Post. But yeah, so that's probably what the schedule is going to be going forward. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry if it seems like I'm rambling a lot. It's just very strange doing this because I forgot I had a review today, which is why it's going to be going up late. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Do all the YouTube shit, you know, like if you like it, comment if you have any thoughts or opinions on the figure, or me. I don't give a shit. And if you really like my stuff, subscribe. But the one thing I will be pushing is, because everyone knows the algorithm isn't going to fucking favor me, share this video with people you think would like this. If you have friends that are into Gundam, send this to them. Or if you have a friend that's into Evangelion, send them one of my Evangelion reviews. If you have a friend that's into Dragon Ball, send them one of my Dragon Ball reviews. It just helps because sharing is probably the only thing for a while that's going to be getting me into the algorithm. Because, frankly, from what little research I've done and going into YouTube Studio, it's not going to happen. So, share the video if you do anything to it. Peace.